I'm Josh.
I'm Banks. Odd Places going
Wild and viral.
wild. Nice. Nice.
What?
Josh, do you ever go to like Taco Bell? And
No,
all right, have you ever been to Taco Bell?
decades ago, at least 30 years ago.
All right.
Maybe.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. So you know at Taco Bell they have the little packets that you get like hot sauce, mild, hot, Diablo, fire Diablo, something like that. You know those little sauces?
Yeah.
You know? Back when you went, did you like ask for those sauces?
No, I never use those sauces.
No. All right. So these little sauces, these little packets are about, they're tiny. You know how tiny they are. They're
Yeah.
tiny. And you get, I don't know how much you get. You get maybe 1 ounce, maybe 2 ounces. And I'm thinking to myself today, how much do you waste with that?
Yeah. Well, and the reason I never use them, not because I don't like hot sauce,
Uh-huh.
but they were too much hassle to actually pry those stupid things out. You know how sometimes you try, I've spent minutes of my life on a packet before. And when you extrapolate that out, minutes on one packet, now extrapolate that out if I try to do it with thousands of packets per year.
So minutes of your life have been wasted trying to open up one of those little packets. One packet. Okay, got it. So, yeah, I know. I think, since it's been 30 years since you've been to a Taco Bell, most of these packets are a little easier, because they have the ruffles. They have the ruffles on the top. They're the ruffles, so that you can just tear it. It's easier to tear.
They used to have those. They used to have the little, edge
ruffles.
Yeah, and still, I could never get the stupid thing started.
Well, were you trying to tear it from the side here instead of the top? See, that's the thing.
No, the top. You go to the top. You go to the top.
You go to where it has the little ridges, the little ruffles, I call it. You go to where the ruffles are. Now, there are some packets. Yeah, my tea packets. They come in a little packet, and the notch is on the side, so you got to go like that way. The thing is, I can't see where it is. I'm like looking and looking, and I got to put my glasses on. I put my glasses on, and it's still like, I'm like biting it. You froze. You froze.
Yep.
You froze in a smiley face there. So hey, my thing is, I get the packets. I get, that's to hold stuff that we might need. How do we cut down on the waste and cut down on, I guess, and this was not a big issue for me until you brought it up about opening it up, spending minutes of your life.
Because that is a lot of waste. The amount of energy that goes into making the packet, filling it, waste of throwing it away and probably not even recycling it, but putting it into a landfill. All this plastic.
All right. So what's our alternative? You and I get to change the world right now.
I just thought of one. Okay. It's a little weird, maybe.
Sure.
I think it may have been done in the past. Like, what if we had someone, and this is going to sound very, very silly, but if we had someone on roller skates with udders of like hot sauce, and maybe they can, the moment you need some, they wheel on over and they squeeze it onto your burrito. Like mustard, ketchup, relish, mayo, hot sauce. So they're kind of like an on-demand.
You had me at udders. Oh my God.
Like,
Okay. So you're talking about, let's talk about these udders for a minute. You're talking about, whoever, guy, girl, has a vest on. And the
nowadays doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be anybody. And they have a vest on, and this vest has like ketchup, and then it has like mustard, and it has like mayonnaise, has like the hot sauce, the real hot sauce, the not so hot sauce. And they just come over and they just like, what would you like?
Or they let you grab it. Maybe they let you grab, and then you can control the flow. However, right? Why not? And then it's refillable, so you're not worried, you're not wasting plastic.
I think it's very sexual, personally. I think that it's very,
I'm not saying they should wear bikinis. I'm not going
yeah.
that far. I'm
No,
just
no, no. I think it's sexual in the sense of like it's kind of maternally, kind of like breastfeed.
motherly.
You're breastfeeding someone with sauce.
Well, look, why don't we could put them on the homeless people that sit on the side of sit on the intersections, and you're eating your burrito in the car. You're like, hey, bud, I need some hot sauce. Like, we could put it. I think we have another viable business model. Why not? Let me squirt some on you, right? Like, hey,
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Here's where I come into. I mean, where like cleanliness comes into play. In these little packets, I mean, they're monitored. They're in a factory. It's hands off. It's
sure.
you have utter vest come at you. Ah, you know.
What if you wipe
And
off the tip after each use? What if you have like a
no, no.
sanitizer?
I know. I don't think you have to worry about that. Here is what you can do. You ready? Each vest is like a big packet. Okay, so we don't have to open any packets, and when they're done with the vest, they throw it away. Now, the idea of the landfill, being inundated with packet vests.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
If we can have someone on the side of the road with a sign, twirling a sign around, and that's a business model, we can have someone squirting stuff onto people's food. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I
yeah. I
think,
mean, ranch would be. I think ranch is like the hottest condiment out there right now. Ranch,
really?
ranch dressing. People eat ranch dressing on everything. Everything.
If it's spicy creamy, I don't want anything to do with it. Honestly, I don't eat mayo, ranch, none of that stuff.
You just have
Aioli.
yours is color oriented. You like the red stuff, right? You like the hot
Color
stuff.
and texture. Color and texture, both. Yeah, I don't like that creamy base, that whatever that is.
All right. Yeah, that's probably a milk product of some sort.
Maybe.
So,
Maybe that's where it comes from. The mother's
it is.
milk.
All right. So back to this utter vest.
It's utterly amazing. I already got the name and the tagline for it.
What is it? What is it?
I think utterly amazing would just be utterly satisfying. We could just call the entire company Utterly Satisfying Incorporated.
That's right. And they can have like everything. They can have like, the people that spin the twirl the signs, they could learn how to like have all these udders on their vest, like, okay.
And then with social distancing, you got to be careful. So what you do is you actually have projectile, you put it like in a Nerf gun, and you can kind of like aim and shoot from 6 feet away.
Hold your burrito up high. Okay, here we go. You got me in the eye. Wow. It was just packet. That's all I wanted to talk about was like the waste in the packet. How many packets are thrown away? Utter vests. How would we sell this to investors? How do we go to investors and go, okay, this is our idea?
I would make one and wear it. I would make one and wear it and have a buffet, and then have them all sit down and walk around and squirt. I'd squirt every investor right in the food and say, look, are you happier now? Now that you got
your hot sauce on the burrito, the toxic waste, or the toxic hot sauce, the whatever 5-alarm bell hot sauce or whatever.
We turn sauce flow into cash flow.
There's another one of your lines, huh? That you can work to push this. All right. So I think sanitation is the issue with that. That's what I think it is. I don't think people are going to. Hey, you know what? I don't think people are going to want to eat something that comes out of an udder. There you go. How often? It
doesn't have to look like an udder. It can look like a special.
And
then look, we can even put like patches on it. We can make it like sponsored. Arby's, or McDonald's or NASCAR. It could be like one of those. They could wear the entire.
It could be like Arby's
advertising
sauce.
Space.
Or it could be like McDonald's special sauce or whatever. if they're not going to look like udders, then what are they going to look like? Because they are basically squirting condiments out at you.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, I really see this for bachelor and bachelorette parties. I think it would be a hit because you have food at those, right? You always have food. People come out for food. I mean, there's just, it's endless, the themes.
So you're talking about the woman jumps out of the cake at a bachelor party, or the man jumps out and he's wearing one of these vests, and and and
there's a burrito platter, right? There's a burrito platter on the table, and he's like, "What sauce would you like?" It's that simple.
There's just something not kosher for me. There's something just not right about it. There's just something. Ooh, yeah.
I'm just trying to make it easy. I want to make it easy for people to get the sauce that they want. This should not be a difficult concept. And save the environment. Let's be honest. This really started with saving the environment.
Yeah, it did. No, actually, it started with convenience because you had a problem opening up the packages.
All right.
The packets.
But I'm going to go with saving the environment because it just sounds better than
okay.
My own personal convenience.
Because in this way, people, wait a minute, it could be a do-it-yourself vest. No, you don't wear the vest. Someone else wears the vest, and then they go over and they just, whatever, they take it and do it themselves. And there is some touching involved in that, though.
You got to be careful. You might, if you overgrope, then I could see there being lawsuits, and that could be a little dangerous. Sure.
I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Our place is going viral and
wild. We're going wild, baby. the utter vest.